Alright guys, what's up? We're back at it once again to your friend. So, today, we're doing control arms and A-arms on a 1973 Nova, but this also applies from 68 to 74. So, basically, if your Nova looks anything like this Nova, right? Minus this front part right here. If your Nova looks like that, then this video's for you. Because everybody else's videos aren't that good, you know? So, hopefully, you stumble upon my video. Because this is actually a helpful video, unlike all the other videos. And you know, I'm not going to sit here forever and talk about this shit. But, I'm at least going to let you know that this is a good video to watch. Because I went through all the YouTube videos to watch it for myself so that I could figure out how to do it. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. Because nobody had, they was skipping shit. You know what I'm saying? They was skipping shit. So, if you don't know how to get to this point, I'm going to tell you real quick, okay? So, this thing is in here, right? So it's connected to that thing. And it's connected to that thing, right? What you want to do first off is you need two jacks. Two jacks, right? There's the second jack. You put the jack underneath that bad boy. And you jack it up to put a little bit of tension on that spring so that you can relieve the shock, okay? Pop that loose up here. You're going to need a baby wrench. And then you're going to need a 14, all right? You're going to need like a quarter or a 6. A 6, you kind of got to slap it on there. But, point being, you know what I'm saying? But, after you get all this stuff out the way with the pickle fork, which is this bad boy and that bad boy, those two, you smack them, boom, 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 those things come off, all right? But that's after you take off the bolt and the cotter pin, okay? You got to take off the bolt and the cotter pin or it's not going to pop, all right? So, you take the shock off, okay? Ding-a-ling-a-lingin'. Is ding-a-lingin' in there? All right, cool. So, what you're going to do now is you want to take that, there's 2 bolts right in there. You want to take those 2s off. 2, just so that everything's loosey-goosey and nothing can get caught, you know what I'm saying? But I had to cut both of my shocks off because once it got to the top, it just stopped to move. It just stopped moving, okay? So, now, what you got to do, what we're going to get doing, take off those 2 bolts and then you take off the control arm. Because now the spring is like, it doesn't have much tension. It's got tension on it, but it's enough where it's not going to kill you, okay? You know what I'm saying? Bing, bing, bing. All right. Now you guys are set up. So, the bolt's in here. If I'm not wrong, and I didn't already forget, it is a 13, which I don't have over here. Alright, so I found everything that I needed to find. So, I flew a sneak a little bad boy in here. And she just sticks right up on to that 13mm heater. Hopefully. Gotta clean it out.
Got too much junk on it. That one's not rested to shit. Oh boy, it's not rested to complete down this. Oh boy. There's just so much dirt in this.
Come on, brother. Get a bone there. Oh, you're a bum today. This is killing me.
I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why she ain't going on there. What the hell is going on, brother? I know you're crusty and dusty, but I'm pretty sure you're freaking, what you call it? One hand. Yeah, 1960s, just way too big. Really don't have no clue. No big clue. Keep round diving in on the edges, I guess. Anna. Go there. This doesn't seem to be working. Well, maybe if we try this.
This should be the last freaking tool trip that I make, but we shall see. We shall see. It's always what you think it's gonna be, but it never is. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So you should know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. Why won't you work? Why ain't you working? Oh me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Anna! No! Hopefully this fucking stays on and we can get this off.
Oh, that's nice. The bottom is being held down by some magic forces called a bolt. Goodness gracious. Same thing, different day. Gotta clean up the sides because it is dirty. shock is completely out now. Loosey Goosey. Her name's Lucy. And everything. You know what I'm saying? There's the spring. And now we get to the fun stuff. I'm gonna be up here, but I'm gonna move you guys under here so you could actually see what's going on. All right, now we're pretty close to yanking some stuff off. So what you're gonna need is a 19 or 3/4. So boom boom, 19 or 3/4. You're gonna need one for a wrench. Let me use this one because I like him. And then you're probably gonna have to start off with the breaker bar because that's what I had to do last time. I had to use the breaker bar to get this thing off, at least the lower control arm. And that's the one that I'm gonna start with today because, yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. It's way easier to get the hard stuff out of the way instead of the easy stuff, you know? So, now, I'm about to be up here, but down here. I swear I hate white people. I might be white, but I don't like white folks. You know what I mean? When you think you're the shit, you ain't gotta be a fucking dickhead. So, for most people, you're probably gonna need a fucking breaker bar or a torque wrench. I don't have a breaker bar, so all I got is a torque wrench. But come under here, use this block as a handy dandy head thing.
So, so you want to make sure your wrench is being held nice and good. Mine slipped off right there. But, as you see, once you actually have somebody who can tell you what to do properly, stuff ain't that hard.
Nut, there's the bolt. Make sure you keep these because the control arm kit that you get 9 out of 10 times ain't gonna have the bolts unless you order it that way. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna have to do because you can't really use 2 hands. But as you see, that bolt right there, you can reach through that hole right there. So, got to get a socket, extension, and then you're gonna have to, and then your wrench is gonna be back here. I'll be able to show you that part. Nice, and brake lines in the way. Bent them out the way. That bolt is crusty, so it's probably best if you clean all this stuff. But I don't have no room for all that stuff. Can't really do all that. So this is where we're at, you know what I'm saying?
Because if you have axles, this would just be a and you'd be done for. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm an old school guy, man. Got a leaf or two in the head. But we got this sun gun out. That is not what you want to see in a bushing. You see how it's actually eating into the control arm itself? Right there. That's not what you want to see, brother. It's not what you want to see, brother. That's some carnage. Okay. See that? That control arm missed shot. Completely broken. Completely broken. It's a shot control arm. But I'm gonna show you that this probably isn't gonna fit right in. The last one, or this control arm up here, I had to beat it up in there real good. I had to beat this thing right here, aka the control arm mount / the frame. Oh, buddy. Exactly what I thought. It ain't gonna plop right up in there. It definitely ain't gonna plop right up in there. We gotta give it some persuasion. And just in case you guys don't know, this is what persuasion is. Okay? Yeah. So, you guys get the point. Yeah. And that side over there. Instead of that. That will be your old stuff. This will be your new stuff. It's pretty simple. Simple as could be. Besides, if you went to the alignment shop with all of these problems like I did. So, $120. Gone, right? But it's alright. It's alright. Live and you learn, you know? That's what you got to start realizing. But stay tuned to more stuff. About to go rip the Monte Carlo. About to go to the racetrack hopefully today with this thing. And yeah, so you guys have a good one. Subscribe, comment, like. What would you want to see? I don't know. You know, I gotta have this knowledge to know what you guys want me to do, so I could do some crazy stuff. But yeah, have a good one. Be safe. Yo, so 3 hours later, we got the lower control arm on, but all we got is one bolt left, or nut and bolt left. I'm gonna put it on a little time lapse and see how that does. And then that's gonna be the end of the video, is me throwing everything together. Alright guys, so you seen everything is going pretty good. So I gotta go get the lady from work so that we can have some money. Well, I work on the weekdays. She works at nights, you know, yada, yada, yada. But I'm going to show you guys how everything looks. Sorry, I can't really look at you. I got to look where I'm walking. But we're right here. Phone died and everything before I could get an actual, like, all, the rest of the time lapse. But all it is tightening everything back up, tighten that bolt up, tighten him up. You know, just lift him up, lift him up. You might have to jack that up to get it to reach this properly, but, you know, that ain't no big deal. That ain't no big deal. I'll tell you what. Yeah. You'll have to definitely jack that up. But we'll get back to that when we get back. I need to turn off this light so I don't waste my battery. But once I get back from the getting the lady, I'll get back to you guys, and then we'll get stuff rolling again. Probably get another time lapse because we're down to 20 minutes on the video. A lot of struggling got cut out, you know. Plus a lot of off-camera stuff. There was 3 hours off camera. Yeah, this stuff. Working on old schools ain't for the weak because the old school people messed everything up. Or something. I don't know. But I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Y'all, stay tuned.